Hey everyone, welcome back to Unicorn Dust Designs. My name is Sammy, and if you are joining me for the first time, hello. We love to do DIYs, wood signs, and there's always tons of laughter on this channel. So if you're into that, then make sure to stick around. Let's go ahead and hop straight into these DIYs. Okay, you guys, for this first DIY, I wanted to try these DIYs so badly, and I like couldn't get my mind off of it. And so I was like, you know what? I'm going to go for it. You guys know how I feel about books. If you're new to my channel, I have a love for books that goes like beyond love. Like getting an old book with handwriting in it makes me cry, kind of love. And you could see right here. Oh my gosh. Don't close your eyes. Close your eyes if you love books. Okay. Whoo. I couldn't. Do you see? I'm like literally like I have to bring myself to do this, and it is taking everything in me to actually rip the pages. But I just kept telling myself this is a Dollar Tree book. It maybe if I didn't buy it, it would wind up in like a landfill or I don't know. But you guys, I did it. And I apologize if you love books. I did it. I did it. I did it. Oh gosh. Okay. Anyways, we are going to take the covers off of 3 books. I did try to get them in like different sizes, so kind of like a small, medium, large, and all in the same length so that when we put our picture on the binding, it all works out. And I was really lucky because a lot of YouTube videos I watch, they say that there's no like blank page on the book. So I lucked out there. So now that I'm done with that, I'm going to take my antique wax and we are going to kind of just make it look a little bit older. So I'm taking my stencil brush from Dollar Tree and I am just brushing that on all of the pages. I will also hit the bindings and then the top of the book, especially because this one you will see. So I just go around and it just makes it look a little bit more aged and not so brand new. Um, if you guys are okay with ripping up books, garage sales are a great place to find these for cheaper. Okay, so now I'm going to hot glue my books together, and this is going to help it stay intact when we put our picture on. You don't want it like moving around and then your picture is going to look all wonky. Okay, so now I'm just measuring this. I'm going to go print something off of Canva. So on Canva, I searched farmhouse and I taped white tissue paper to cardstock. I do not have a fancy printer. It is just, I don't even know what kind of printer it is, but it's not laser or anything like that. I just taped it right onto that cardstock, fed it through, and I did do this in color. Looks so gorgeous, but you can also print these out on paper as well. And now I'm going to size it up. I do wish I would have torn the edges of the tissue paper just to, I don't know, it looked too clean for me. All right, now we got our Mod Podge. We are going to brush that on. I just go ahead and do all like the entire bindings. That did not make sense. And I'm going to lay that on there, just pat it down. You can see, look at how clear that image is, you guys. It is so beautiful. And after that's done, you're going to go ahead and you are going to let that dry. You can speed up the drying process, of course, with your heat gun. And I am going to take my craft knife after that sets up. Wanted to show you guys this for some reason. There we go. And I am just going to slice in between those books so you can tell that there's 3 books, not 1. And then I'll get that Mod Podge brush again and just kind of dab it in the middle so we don't have any fraying sections there. After that is all dry, we are going to go ahead and move on to the next step, which is decorating. Do you see how clean the lines look? I don't like that much. Okay, so I got this. The greenery is from Dollar General. It was $1. I thought it matched so well with the picture. Just getting Dollar Tree twine, wrapping this around. I do cut the bottom of this greenery off. I tie it in a knot and then I do a cute little bow on here, and that is it, you guys. And I kind of like hate that I love it so much because I do want to make more because the possibilities are truly endless with these. And they make great decor accent pieces because you can really put them on tiered trays if you get some small books. Right here, I just have it in our tree haul, whatever they're called. But possibilities, like I said, are endless with the photos that you could put on here. I just wish you didn't have to hurt a book in the process. All right, you guys, I hope you like that one. All right, you guys, that was the first home decor accent piece. I hope you guys enjoy this video. I wanted to show you guys things that weren't necessarily like start to finish DIY from like a Dollar Tree sign and up. I wanted to show you ways that you can easily DIY items to make them accent pieces in your home. So if you already have a style or you have decor already out, these are going to be great filler items that you can kind of change up with the seasons. You can stick within like your books or your fireplace mantle or bookcases. And I just really liked that concept because I feel like that's where I am. I'm changing out the 4th of July decor, and I just want smaller pieces right now until I transition into fall, which is sooner than later, you guys. Okay, it's like a retail store up on YouTube. If you guys did not know that, we're like one season ahead at all times. My poor husband. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this, the home decor accent pieces. And I hope if you're digging me, if you're digging the channel, if you're digging the DIYs, to like and subscribe. And also do your girl a favor and share the love. I'm thinking about a special giveaway for 100,000. I know it might seem far away, but your girl's got big dreams. So hold on tight so you could hear more about that. And make sure you're following me on Facebook. I've been doing Facebook Live crafting on Thursday nights at 8 p.m. Central. And that is my Facebook business page linked in the description box. All right, you guys, sorry I talked your head off. Let's go ahead and get back into these DIYs. All right, for this one, I found these florals at Savers for $3.99, and they just looked so like rustic and vintage, but they looked like quality florals. So you guys, do not skip out on your thrift stores, on your Savers. Always look in the section. I just thought that these were going to be amazing. So I actually got inspired by those little potted plants that we made last week, and I knew I had to make these. So I am just cutting off like any of the kind of branches that are missing their flowers or that don't need to be there, changing my Dollar Tree hauls, of course. Once I get that where I want it, and you guys, use any florals you want, change this out by season. Again, these are gonna be fillers in your decor. So now I'm taking my brown shipping paper. I have no idea what I'm doing here. And you are going to cut a square, a rectangle. I don't really know what I cut here. And I will show you this again because I do get the hang of it. So you are actually going to fold the bottom up. So I'm over here trying to figure it out. Fold it up, fold it over again. And then I just kind of like crunch the middle right here. And then I just wrap my twine around it. It just looks like you just came back from, you know, the farmer's market and grabbed like a fresh bouquet of flowers. And I think it just looks so adorable. I put these little blue truck tags on the top. This is how I tagged them for my booth. And I think they look amazing. Okay, I'm going to show you this one more time because I got the hang of it here. So you're going to fold it up at the corner. You're going to fold it over, and then I fold this kind of again because it was way too long, wrap it around, and again I just crunch the middle. I like it. That just doesn't sound like great, but that's all I do. And then tie it in a knot. And you guys, these are so great. You can leave these in a basket by your front door. You can leave them setting on a stack of books or on a table, on like a cute little chair, which is how I styled it at our booth. I also put some in a basket right here, so it's almost like, oh, fresh flowers. And I love the way they turned out, and I hope it inspires you. I mean, you could do so much with your florals. All right, you guys, I wanted to invite you to go over to Shop with Sammy, where I do my Dollar Tree hauls. I show you all the new craft finds, home finds, and that link will be down in the description box for you. All right, for this one, I found all of these candles. So the ones that are right here are $4.99. Found all of these at Savers, and they reminded me of like Joanna Gaines, especially these like blue and red ones. I found this bundle right here, the green, the different colors, and then it came with like a random gem. And then look at how old this is, okay? Yankee Candle Scent Stories. I didn't even know what that was. That bundle was $2.99. So I thought these are going to be so great for fillers. So what I did was I cleaned them all off. Then I set them in little trios. I am taking some twine, wrapping those around, tying them off just so I could keep them together so they don't move around on me. Next, I take some burlap garland. Why do they call it burlap garland? I don't know. Anyways, we're going to cut some smaller sections off. I'm going to get this lace that one of my subscribers, Kelly, sent me and cut some small sections. There we go. I am going to grab some greenery. I think this greenery is from Walmart, and I just liked how, gosh, I don't know what to say. Gosh, I'm a mess. There we go. How cute is that as I'm like spend all my time thinking about what to name that greenery. Anyways, now and I'm just showing you all of these different ways of doing it just so you can get an idea that they can be changed up based off of like your decor preferences. You can also get these candles at Dollar Tree, but don't hesitate to go to your local thrift store and get them there. So with this one, I am just going to cut up some buffalo ribbon. This is from Dollar Tree. We're going to add some of that burlap there. And again, some of the greenery. This is a different piece, I think. And we are just tying these up in a knot. You can add whatever you want to them. These would be so pretty too for different seasons with like fall leaves behind them. Some cute stuff from, what do you call it? Christmas. I'm a mess. Oh my gosh. I don't know what the heck I'm saying right now. Now, this one ended up being my favorite. They were just oddball, like candlesticks. One's shorter, one's gold. And, but the way they came out was so pretty. And again, I'm just taking some random pieces. So for this one, we're going to do lace and just the twine. We're going to wrap those around, and then I will cut the lace down in a few pieces. And you guys, I love them. I think I keep saying and a lot. My bad. My bad. But here we go. I'm going to cut down that lace into smaller little sections so it looks a little bit more wispy here. And I am going to show you how I ended up displaying these. But you can see that the possibilities, I mean, are really endless with these. And like I said, these are meant to be filler pieces, accents, where it just takes it up just a little notch. You know, if you're like, okay, that spot is missing something, but I don't want to put a big decor piece, but it needs a little added extra. So that is what I'm trying to show you here with these DIYs, and too, how you can be using your old stuff. I mean, a lot of us probably have a lot of these candles. I'm trying to zoom in because I want to show you these kind of melted with some blue candles and made this really cool look, but you can't see it at all. So there's that. All right, so for this one, we're just doing 2 of them and tying them in a knot. I'm going to go ahead and put this one with some lace. I don't think I put greenery in with this one. And that is going to be all. That's all, folks. All right, so after that, I will show you how I displayed some of these in my home. And of course, I made these for my booth, so they will be for sale in my booth. So here this one is. I think it looks really, it just adds just a little something to it, you know. And I also put it over here in the hall tree with my books and a basket and just that little splash of greenery, the feminine lace. It just looks so beautiful. Here this one is on one of my trays with some flowers, and yeah. Okay, you guys. So you guys are probably seeing this and like, are you kidding me? More candlesticks. But you guys, I found these for $1.99, and I wanted to show you these because a lot of us can't find the candlestick holders at Dollar Tree. Y'all, head to your local thrift store because you might be spending the extra dollar, but you're probably going to get more of a quality item because these were $2 each, but they were solid wood. So anyways, we're going to go ahead. So I saw this from, oh my gosh, Ginger Chic Rehab, and she sprays her items down with a base coat of black. And then what I don't show is she then, after it dries, will spray it with clear Rust-Oleum. That way, when you apply your paint and you're distressing it down, it doesn't smear and smudged and blend all together, which I thought was such a great tip. After I'm done doing that, we're going to take Rust-Oleum Linen White. I am going to use my chippy brush here. Now, don't worry so much about getting like crazy full coverage. You're going to have to do 2 coats of this. You can also use the baking soda paint trick as well for a thicker, more full coverage and more texture. But that is going to be preference. And you guys, I'm sure some of you have some of these. I mean, come on, like you got candlesticks from the 90s, I'm sure somewhere in that house. And if you think they're outdated, it is amazing what a coat of paint can do for something old. So now that that is dry, and y'all, I've learned my lesson. You need to fully wait until chalk paint is dry. If you don't and you try to do that second coat, it's going to get gummy or you're going to take that base coat off. So just wait until it is thoroughly dry. Then go back in, do your second coat, and you won't have any issues with that. I can't wait to one day get like a spray gun and like do batches of this stuff, you know, like I could do a bunch of items in one sitting. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and finish that. We are going to let that dry off. So I want to point out, as I'm drying this, I am drying it down until it is like almost completely dry. That is my preference when wet distressing with a baby wipe. I don't like it to be completely dry. So I just want it just a little damp here. So that is what I'm doing. I have my heat gun set on the cool temp. Now I'm going to take my baby wipe and I am going to wipe down and distress wherever I want it. And that's what's awesome about wet distressing is you have full control over how much you want to distress and where you want to distress. Now, I forgot whose video it was, but it made perfect sense. They said when you wet distress to have like another like towel. I think it was is it green onion vintage? Was that it? Maybe. I'll link her down below. But as you're wiping, get like a clean wipe and then go over it, and that'll bring off that like excess paint, and then that way you get that sharp black coming through. So you guys, I'm sorry for the crappy, you can't see what I'm doing really, but I am just rubbing on anywhere that I think that I want it to distress. We will let this dry, and then I just seal this with clear matte Rust-Oleum spray paint. It's quick, it's easy, and it definitely does the job. And that is it for these candlesticks. And this is how they came out. I love them. They're so everyday. They fit in with so many kinds of decor. And again, the distressing is your preference. It doesn't have to be this distress. It could be so light if you choose for it to be. So going with this, I take the Dollar Tree new tissue paper. Yes, it is new. I know it looks like the old one, but the old one actually had like a tree bark tissue paper. The stripe is actually new in this bundle. So anyways, so now I'm taking these candles. I am sizing the height of them so I know where to cut. Try not to overlap as much as possible. It just makes it a little harder to kind of close up the piece. So I'm going to make 2 of these. So I cut 2 pieces of the tissue paper. I'm going to cut this down to size now, making sure I'm not overlapping all crazy status. And now we are going to make, I've made these before on my channel. It's been a long time though. I will link that video down in the description box. And yes, this is simple, but you guys, it doesn't have to be white candles. If you have old candles in your house, red, orange, brown, whatever, you can do this with any color candle. So this is my new heat gun and I'm having trouble figuring out the temp. So I'm on the struggle bus. That's what happened. I jumped on the struggle bus. Well, Then I start figuring it out. So I hold both of the ends together here. Turn my heat gun up a little bit. Now, what you want to see is you want to see this get wet. You want it to start glistening. That shows that your wax is starting to melt just a little bit, enough to allow that tissue paper to adhere to it. And if you get any bubbles where it looks not wet, then all you have to do is put your heat gun over that spot. It's going to start melting that candle right there. And eventually it will melt and it will attach to the tissue paper. So as you can see right here, I'm just holding it down and I'm slowly kind of like rolling it as it becomes a part of the candle. And these are great, you guys, because you can do these seasonally. These are just from Dollar Tree over here. These are like their linen scented candles. But like I said, they don't have to be white. They make great accent pieces. You can change them seasonally. You can, just like I am right now. The tissue paper, you could even do this with napkins. It can go with any kind of decor, which is awesome because you don't have to go to the store and buy stuff like this. Like, you can make it yourself to fit your style and your needs. And like I said, oh yeah, don't do this, you guys. It falls out. It falls out and then you won't have anything to light at the end of the day. So now I'm just taking twine. I'm wrapping that around twice. I'm taking little pieces of greenery. I think they're from Dollar Tree bundles, not quite sure. And tying those together. We're going to do the same thing for the second one. And I really love how these ended up turning out. I think the simplicity of them is beautiful. I love that we can change these up, and the stripes. I love how light they are and subtle. So you guys, I hope you enjoyed this home accent video. I hope it inspired you to either go to the thrift store or maybe just reuse some of the things that you have in your home that might just need a little bit of an update. And you guys, thank you so much for being here with me as usual. Here they are on the candlesticks. Look at that just subtle stripe and how pretty it is with the green and the twine accents. And these, like I said, can be stacked on books. They could go anywhere, and I love them. You guys, thank you so much for being here with me this Saturday. I hope you have a great weekend, and I will see you soon. Really? Of course you're gonna start barking when I want to start working. Okay. Why do I always eat like right before I do this? Let's fix it. If you guys saw my Dollar Tree haul, I'm wearing the same exact thing. Shade my pits for you today. I did. Feeling fancy, all back to work. All back to work. Feeling I'm good and fancy. Did my makeup, shaved my pits. All right, let's get into this. Dang, girl, killed it. I feel like I need like a new profile pic, like a distinguished, like this. No, like blue steel. Okay. Of course, my nose had to start running. Okay. You can use these for blotting. Get all that excess oil off. But really, I wonder if they will work for, I mean, I could try it on the back of this, huh? Anyways, anywho, okay, let's carry on. Let's carry on with our day. Man, I probably ruined that. Okay, bye, you guys. I adore you. I love you. I appreciate all of you. Bye.